When I was promoted to senior financial analyst at a mid-sized healthcare corporation 3 years ago, I thought I had finally reached the peak of my corporate career. My immediate supervisor, Executive Director Karen, had been my trusted mentor since the day I joined the company straight out of college. She was the kind of boss who brought homemade pastries on Monday mornings, remembered every team member's birthday, and always vouched for us during quarterly performance reviews. I looked up to her like a second mother, and I trusted her judgment completely without ever questioning her motives. 6 months ago, our corporate headquarters decided to transition to a brand new internal management system, and Karen assigned me to lead the data cleanup for our department's vendor billing records. It was tedious work, but as I spent late nights cross-referencing 7 years of archived invoices against our master accounts payable database, I stumbled upon a recurring monthly payment to an independent consulting firm that did not have a matching contract on file. The payments had been going out silently on the first business day of every single month for 6 straight years, totaling nearly $400,000. Curious and assuming it was just a simple clerical error from a previous system migration, I pulled the tax identification numbers linked to that mysterious vendor account. My stomach turned completely upside down when the official state business registry revealed the true owner of that shell consulting company. It was registered under Karen's legal maiden name, using her mother's residential address as the primary tax location. She had been systematically siphoning company funds directly into her personal offshore account for over half a decade, right under the noses of our executive compliance board. I sat alone at my cubicle late on a rainy Friday night with cold sweat running down my spine, staring at the printed bank transfer logs lying on my desk. Part of me wanted to believe there was a reasonable explanation, but the clean, calculated pattern of the wire transfers made it undeniably clear that this was intentional white-collar theft. I packed the physical documents inside my briefcase, drove home in absolute silence, and barely slept a single hour all weekend while wrestling with what I should do next. On Monday morning, I walked straight into Karen's office, closed her door, and gently set the printed transfer logs down on her desk without saying a word. I watched her warm, friendly expression instantly turn into an icy, defensive glare as her eyes scanned the top page. Instead of apologizing or breaking down in tears, she slowly closed the folder, leaned forward over her desk, and looked at me with a chilling calm that I had never seen from her before. She quietly reminded me that she had been the one who approved my high salary, signed off on my annual bonuses, and secured my current visa sponsorship that allowed me to work legally in the country. She plainly stated that if I took those financial records to upper management or the legal department, she would make sure to destroy my professional reputation, pull her sponsorship recommendation, and ensure I was terminated for gross negligence before sunset. I stood there in complete shock, realizing that the gentle, supportive mentor I had admired for years was actually a master manipulator who would gladly ruin my life to protect her own illegal fortune. The room felt suffocating, but as I looked at her sitting calmly behind her mahogany desk, I realized that letting myself be blackmailed into staying silent would make me just as guilty as she was. I took a deep breath, picked my folder off her desk, and walked straight toward the chief financial officer's corner office down the hall to turn in the evidence. If you discovered that your beloved workplace mentor was secretly committing fraud and threatened to ruin your career if you spoke up, would you report them immediately or stay quiet to protect your job? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.